The Ancestor in Accounting by the Corporate Alchemist. Hi, I'm the Corporate Alchemist. I tell stories that blend spiritual protection with corporate power. Because sometimes your ancestors don't wear robes, they wear suits. And this is the story of how a woman named Lydia was protected, not by HR, but by legacy. Lydia worked in accounting for a Fortune 500 company. 30 years, same company. She trained managers, stayed late, skipped vacations, and knew every code in the financial system like the back of her hand. She believed that loyalty would protect her. Until one day it didn't. She heard the whispers. Layoffs were coming. And though she had always been considered a cornerstone of her division, her name was on the list. She didn't tell anyone. Not her family, not her co-workers. But she was facing a devastating truth. If they laid her off before her retirement date, she'd lose her pension, her health coverage, and decades of financial planning. She went home that night and didn't cry. She lit a candle. She placed a photo of her late father-in-law on the dresser, Mr. Bennett. He was a sharp man, a quiet force, and always said what needed to be said. Before he passed, he once told her, "No one takes what you earned unless you let them." That night, she dreamed of him. He was seated at a table, dressed in a suit, glasses low on his nose. And he said just one thing. "Go in early, check the numbers, speak when you're guided." She woke up in a quiet calm. She followed the instructions. The next morning, Lydia arrived at the office before sunrise. No one else was there. She pulled up the quarter's budget forecast. She checked the numbers. And then she found it. A tiny miscalculation. One that seemed harmless, but would have led to non-compliance penalties in the millions. And it had been placed under her division's responsibility, the same one marked for elimination. She flagged it. Sent it directly to the legal department. Copied the CFO. And then she waited. By noon, the entire office energy had shifted. Meetings were called. Layoff plans were paused. The CFO released a company-wide memo praising Lydia's sharp eye and calling her an invaluable asset in high-level operations. They didn't lay her off. They redesigned her department around her. 6 months later, she retired. Full pension, full benefits, full dignity. And as she stepped out of the building for the last time, she felt something in the air. A breeze. The faint scent of pine and tobacco. Her father-in-law's old cologne. She didn't see him. She didn't need to. She knew. Because protection doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it comes with spreadsheets, instincts, and whispered dreams. Not every ancestor carried a sword. Some carried ledgers. Not every battlefield is in the streets. Some are in boardrooms. And not every spiritual moment looks like a ceremony. Sometimes it looks like catching a number before it ruins you. You are not alone at work. You are not unprotected. You don't have to choose between your power and your paycheck. Sometimes your magic moves in silence. Sometimes your ancestors wear suits. And sometimes your miracle looks like a spreadsheet. I'm the Corporate Alchemist. And this is what I do. Bridge the mystical with the material. Tell the stories of the protected. And remind you that even in the corporate world, your spirit is working. Follow me for more.